You're spectating their game and everything, right?
Yeah, okay, we're live. Okay. So that took 8 years, it felt, to get this to work, right? We're live. So hello, everybody. This is the ABZ Buddyfight Community Tournament. That name is still confusing to me. So we have a few matches. I can pull up the bracket in a second, but we're going to be your commentators for the first match. I'm going to be commentating for all of day one. Our commentators are me, myself, Dio Brandon, also known as Brandon Stokey, with my co-host for match one.
Wiseman here, also known as Aaron Burr for odd reasons.
Okay. So we got an interesting matchup here. We have a Dragon World duo match here. I'm gonna pull up the bracket. So sorry for any technical issues real quick. Bracket. Alright, so we have an interesting match here. Because if you see, we have for round... Sorry.
2 Dragon World decks. One that doesn't care about Gage, and one that charges Gage like a madman.
Yeah. Yeah. And the one that, like... Here, I'm going to turn you up. The decks we have here are both Dragon World, and it's going to be very interesting because we have Seashak, which I've never seen play, and we also have Zach.
Genja Ninja.
Yeah, Genja Ninja, which I'm good friends with him. I know his deck. He plays Garga, and he brought it to the tournament. The other one brought Ball. Just straight up Ball. No Ball Soleil, just Dragon World Ball.
Seems his opponent is using loud voice to try and bet everything he can on solely preventing his opponent's turn right now, which is a very good strategy against Garga, considering that they're known for throwing a lot of their resources into one turn unless they reduce their killing power.
Well, Ball Force Regeneration is his buddy, and I'm very excited to see how that works, because that impact can get you a lot of health back real quick, and with Dragon Force, that can be a deadly combo. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works in the match. Right.
Not only that, it's a card that searches out Dragon Force and pretty much automatically meets its conditions.
Have they been...
What I'm wondering is, are the fighters accounting for the fact that... No, yes, they are. Okay. Because the critical of these cards have been reduced, but they haven't been marking it.
Wait, have they been playing? Wiseman?
Yes?
No one stated this. We were in the commentator booth. I said this.
I'm having issues with you cutting out.
Hey, I guess I'll just do this. Thank you for no one telling me this.
Do what?
No one told us that we were no one told them to start.
What? No, you were streaming. You said we were ready.
Yeah, not ready for their match. You guys, I have things I needed to finish putting in for their match. You guys are fucking retarded.
Okay.
Who told them to play? Doesn't matter, it's too late now. Alright. So, we have Overturned Sun Dragon Ball, which is probably one of the best size 2 ball cards.
Join stream and here's complaining. Yep, about accurate. Going for the Ball Force.
Yeah, okay. No, that's the...
Okay.
So the person who just commented, that I'm sorry, but this is because the players weren't told to start and they started. They shouldn't have. So we got Inherited Sunshine Impact, which is really good.
Its infinite power becomes pretty much pointless since his opponent has no monster in the center, as well as its penetrate, but overall a good card.
just casted. Bo tries his best. Okay, well that's a good card here, because now he can call an impact monster. And if he does, he draws 2 cards, which will allow him to reset his hand.
Which not only sets him up for the next turn, but allows him to continue his onslaught this turn.
And Zach being down to 4 life against another Dragon World deck, it might be over unless he has more defense cards.
3 cards in hand and 2 have already been used.
And that's game.
And that's the game.
Match 1 goes to Ball.
Match 1 goes to C-Shack.
Not even match 1, game 1, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, game 1. Okay. We just need to wait for the fighters to enter into a second game.
Okay, well, after that first game, it looks like, it's really down to, it's really in the advantage of, Zach to really try to pick it up and try to get the OTK to work this time around.
Yeah.
Are they in another game already?
I don't believe they have.
They are not. Okay.
We should send them a message to start a new game.
Oh, no, they both left. So it looks like they're going to go into game 2.
All right.
Sorry about all these issues. It's just, I know. A lot of fucking... They're not starting their new game. Message them?
Let's send them messages.
So I'm going to mark here game 1, C-Shack. They're in. They're in. They're in. Pulling up the player hub. There you go. They're in. So this looks like a very interesting situation. I don't even know who won the coin toss, but either way, the loser gets to choose. So it's really up to Garga to try to get this to work.
From what I've seen of Zach's deck, personally, he needs to get off his OTK, otherwise he won't win. That means he'll have to give his opponent the first turn.
That is incorrect. His Garga deck can switch on a dime if he gets the right cards for the combo. And Ball's going first.
I'm interested in what cards those are.
All of his defense cards. Every time I fought him, he just pulls out a shit ton out of nowhere.
It's just like the anime. It's like, here's a defense card.
So Loyalty Fairflang, very good staple card, and we also have just Fairflang. Both of these cards are great in the Sun Dragon deck in increasing consistency and increasing overall gauge power.
I wouldn't be surprised if both of them were run at 4, honestly.
And Style of Impact going down, gain 3 gauge. I'm actually... Why did he gauge and draw? Oh, because of loyalty. So this is a very interesting situation where Zach's looking down at his opponent's gauge. That's 3, 6, 8. I'm going to bet that there's at least 2 defense cards in hand for our good old friend C-Shack there.
Yeah.
At least one
I'm
loud
not sure
voice.
how well. I'm not sure how well he's. I'm not sure how good he is at utilizing his gauge during his opponent's turn. But all of that charge for putting Ball out there in the field and risking his destruction has to mean something.
And Zach doesn't even buddy call. I think that was just a misplay on his part.
He hasn't buddy called because he's not yet called his buddy. Oh wait, no. Zach. Yeah, that's definitely a misplay.
Pay 1 gauge and 2 life. Choose a card in your opponent's field, and for this turn it can't attack.
Ooh.
Drago Trap.
That means Gar Einer won't even help.
No, Garagner will. Because he can still put it into the soul of his monster.
Ah, Gargantua mode switch.
Good card
Since
here.
it's a new monster, that means that all bards are off.
Is he not using Garginer? Oh, not yet,
And
because
another Jivo?
because of blast mode. Interesting. His attacks can't be nullified this turn, and that's gonna be 4 crit, and that's the game. Wow, okay. Game 2
That was fast. And it's evened up.
And literally the switch of a dime. The players have tied.
2 hyper-aggression decks, one that focuses on gaining advantage through its aggression.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I had a little bit of issue there.
With the Mighty Sunfighter as the recent loser, that means he now gets to choose who goes first. Don't know how things are going down in the voice call, but that's about as much as I expected. Zach is going first.
Right now, Zach's going first, which creates a really big problem for him because it looks like both of these decks are OTK based.
Yes. Except the Sun Dragon deck is actually able to use its OTK to gain more advantage and survive.
Yes. With his use of his buddy. And it looks like probably one of the best weapons, in my opinion, for Zach's deck is being played right now.
Oh, yes. Gar Rapier is an amazing card. Being able to get off that 1 damage as well as the extra power to break through any sort of opponent's defenses, you don't even need to worry about link attack. You don't even need to worry about link attack power stacking.
Yeah. And it looks like Zach only played that card to get its plus for being a deity tribe. But Zach could have also done that with his other card, creating a little bit of a problem where he just wasted a life that he could have used for defense.
And he's also summoned Garga, which is not the best idea right now, considering if his opponent were to destroy Garga, that'd leave him with very few
It would have been fine if
options.
he buddy called. He didn't do that either.
I don't even think it would have been fine if he buddy called, because then he would be able to use Garga on his next turn.
No, because then he would have been doing it as a defensive action.
True.
But it doesn't look like that was the case anyways. Because it looks like he's going for a link attack for 4 damage.
Why is Zach so obstinate towards buddy calling?
What?
What is this?
He played the wrong card from his hand. Negate, draw a card. Really good fucking
card. The secret
card.
effect of acute mode allows you to nullify an attack. And also end your opponent's turn.
Oh my god! He went for that because he had another Garberry. But here's the problem. He has to survive. Oh, he survived. No final phase card, meaning... I think Ball Soleil... Not Ball. I think Ball's just dead here. Because even
He's going directly to the attack phase.
Because Burning Dragon Force...
This might be the kill.
Burning Dragon Force is like the Rapier, but worse.
Loud voice. His opponent is now able to discard any number of cards and possibly shut down Zach's entire offensive right now.
It's only on the field.
With only 2 paid, it reduces critical by 2.
Jivo. His Rapier is useless.
Yes, it is.
Oh no, it's
unless
for this turn.
He summons acute mode, which we do know he has in its hand.
Which he Jivos into, which will cause 2 damage upon attack. So it's gonna be... Oh my... He was waiting for it. He baited it out. But that's still gonna be a 2-soul acute mode. That's still a big problem for him to deal with. And Flare Dragon going in. I don't think Ball can make a comeback here. What's your opinion?
It's definitely an interesting situation we've got going on here. Zach with 2 cards in hand and having already used his Jivo, that means that his only other option to continue his rapid Jivo offensive would be Gargantuan mode switch.
And he plays the overturn. Which I think this might have just changed the entire game. Because now he can pay 1 life during his final phase, put himself down to 1, and win the game. Because he has enough attacks to now break through that 12-gate life gate and the Garga on his field. But he's not going for the Garga. I He can't stand his item. Timeout. He can't stand his item with that. He knows that, right?
With what?
He just tried to stand his item with Burning Dragon Force.
No, he can't. He can only stand the monster.
Yeah,
Is that gonna bring that up?
Okay, maybe it was it looks like it was a misclick. Because Zach didn't take the damage from it. He then took the damage from Overturn. And now there's Ball Force Regeneration, which is gonna give him back a few, like, 3 life when this card attacks. And that's gonna put him down in a really weird situation here. Because now he has the Infinity Fist. Why did he take 2 more? We need to know why he took 2 more. Timeout, don't message Zach now. Like, we have a situation where if that's gonna cost the game here. But it doesn't look like it is. Because it is now Zach's turn. And it's over! Game over! Zach wins game 2. That's the match. That's the match. Dang, that was a pretty good match, honestly. Let me just fix this. I made an issue during stream. Let me just... Fixed it? Okay. No, but damn, that was overall a good match to watch and good match to see.
Is it fixed now? Had some mic issues.
Oops, sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So, the thing that we just saw there was, it really was just Ball coming in there, creating a big scene, and then flopping in the end without any gas. Because even though it was able to recover 5 life, it wasn't able to do the last 2 points of damage it needed. I think that comes down to the misplay with the burning item instead of attacking with Ball. Do you agree with that? Because if he would have attacked with Ball with it, he could have stand it again. In addition to that...
It might have been able...
Sorry.
It might have been able to pull out the win, but we don't know what Ninja had in his hand.
He had 1 card. Likely not a
Still
defense
possible.
card. And even if that was a defense card, the better play that Ball could have done was attack the Garga and hope the opponent didn't have 2 crit, but... Without any defense cards in hand, I think Ball's best play was trying to go for the kill that turn. Which, if there wasn't a defense card, then the Burning Dragon misplay did cost him the game.
Okay, so
that's game 1.
I am the next matchup, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the bracket to show... Sorry about this. To show the match. Boop. So now, we have Wiseman and... No. How do you pronounce that name of your opponent?
Narnian, I believe. Sort of like play on Narnia.
Narnian. Okay.
All right, so bring Zach in here, and he can help commentate. I'm gonna go chat.
No, I'm gonna bring Saga in. So, give me a second. How do I... Gonna bring in Saga real quick. Saga! How you doing?
You rang?
I rang. I kind of have a problem, and I need to fix it, but I'm gonna fix it later. So how you doing,
What's
Saga?
the problem?
The
I'm
bracket's not
doing
updating.
great.
You're doing
Oh,
great?
okay.
That's awesome. So let me just
Let
go
me
to the
just
booth
hop
here.
in here real quick.
Woo, woo, woo,
All right.
Brandon.
I actually watched that last match.
Yeah, that last match was insane, though. Like,
Yeah.
it was a fast-paced game, but that was one of the best games I saw for quick match. That was
Right. I don't see much use in Burning. I was surprised to see it.
Burning Force.
The Dragon Force.
Yo, Burning is fucking amazing. It would have won him the game if Zach's last card wasn't a defense card. If C-Shack didn't do the misplay, he would have won.
Mm.
Which I'm gonna ask right now behind the scenes if Zach did have a defense card.
Right. Well, that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, that 2 damage though. But what I'm very impressed by is the fact that nope, Zach just confirmed that. So overall, that was a really good game to watch and fun to see happen. That was just OTK versus OTK. Interesting match. Overall, I'm impressed by that ball player for putting up such a good fight against an ace tier deck. What's your thought on that? Like, any interesting choices, any interesting plays that you really saw in that match that you were kind of
confused about the Miss Buddy gifts, though.
Yeah. Zach has a bad history of that. His track record is always on his opponent's turn he asks if he can buddy gift. So, even with that, though, he's still able to pull through. But yeah, with that being stated in that was a great round 1 for the tournament. Really shows...
Yeah.
It really shows how Buddy Fight can be, even at a fast-paced position like that, where 2 OTKs are fighting each other, it can still come down to a very close...
Yeah, very cut neck.
Yeah, like, if Zach didn't make his misplay with his Buddy Gift, it would have guaranteed the win. And then if C-Shack didn't, it would have capitalized on that and would have attacked with Ball just he restand by Burning Dragon Force, he would have won the game.
Right.
So very cut.
Yeah, I was confused with the equipping the Sunshine Fist. I thought you had to go for it in our Dragon Force, or can it not attack during final phase?
I don't know. I'd have to relook at the card, but I'm pretty sure Sunfist is mainly there to deal more damage, and they both would at the end, I think, did the same amount of crit. Because I'm...
Oh, right. Oh, and I just remembered that Regeneration Law allows any item to attack.
Yeah.
As long as it's the Sun Dragon item.
Yeah, so... I don't think that would have changed anything.
Right. The only thing it would have really done is given like 3 extra life, but there was still more attacks that could have been done on the next turn anyway. So, yeah.
That could have acted... No.
Really, my talking did nothing.
well, it could have done something, quote-unquote, because it would have dealt 2 damage. Let's do the math. He would have been at 8 life. Acute Mode would have done 2 on his first attack with Rapier, which would have been a total of 5 damage in 1 attack. Yeah, he was dead.
Yeah.
Because if 1 attack's doing 5, and there's a second set of them with a Link attack, which would deal 10, and Rapier still gets 1 extra attack, that's 11 damage in 1 turn.
Right.
8 life wasn't going to stop that. So, let's move into game 2. Gotta move this into the lobby real quick, and I'm gonna message the players to begin, because I'm glad that this time they're like, let's wait.
Yeah. I was watching the stream, and I'm just like, oh, did the match already start? Where's the footage?
Actually, I probably shouldn't have told them to begin, but it's my fault.
No, it's alright.
No, wait, wrong players. Oh god, I just fucked everything up. I fucked everything in 1 second, because I now don't think I could... Yep. Okay, 1 second, guys. I'm going to put you guys on the title screen. I gotta relaunch Buddyfight Arena. If you could tell the fighters to pause their match.
Sure thing.
You know, we won't have this many technical issues next time when I have 2 monitors. I'm just kind of out of it today.
Right.
So
I can't see the bracket right now. Hold on.
So this match, just so if you're wondering, ooh, that's bad. Is going to be Dragon World versus Star Dragon World, where
Dragon World players.
A lot of Dragon World players. Let me fix this little thing right here, and then they can be. So we have the issue where not the issue, but we have
What?
5th Omni as the Dragon deck. Percent sign Omni. Yep. We have 5th Omni as the Dragon deck, and the Star Dragon deck is it's Prism Dragons. So if you want to watch the match real quick.
Yep, just checking on some things.
Yeah, so the
Nice to
Omni Lord
see
player
Star
is
Emperor.
just putting in Mugen onto the field, it looks like, and getting all their things ready with, you know, Draconic Endurance, Drago Wisdom, Knowledge of the 5th Omni, to put the top part of his deck into the gate and draw one. And this is actually a really good positioning for this deck, because this 5th Omni deck seems to really focus on Mugen Drum, and having Dark Armament Su can help that. It just puts opponent's gauge into the drop zone, which helps slow down the opponent's plays and increase his.
And for a first turn play, that's pretty good.
Definitely against
Disable your opponent quickly.
yeah, definitely against a Prism Dragon deck that requires gauge on your opponent's turn.
Right.
That card's going to be a good counteract to that. Because it's going to elect you to actively stop them from charging their gauge on your turn, which then is going to create a sort of tug-of-war pull on that gauge source that
Right.
Nardian has. I think Nardian. His name on here, I'm just going to call him that. Hector. It's going to create, tension for him. But you don't need to worry too much
I
when
don't
you
have much experience with handling the other 5th Omni Cavalry things. I'm more well equipped with the drum knowledge than anything, so my knowledge is lacking on that part.
Drago Gods
I know a bit of Athora. So if I'm quiet, that's why.
I know a little bit about 5th Omnis because Wiseman is very well known in fighting them, and I fight him often. He loves the deck. He loves this Mugen deck, even though it's not his best. He said he wanted to play it because he likes it. Which is
Right.
go ahead.
Having fun is a major part of Buddyfight.
And it looks like the why did he pay a gauge? Why is that? Okay. Oh, I see. Mugen Drum. Cool. So misplay by the Prism Dragon. Tried to play a card that only activates when Athora is played. Got it destroyed because of Drago Guts and Mugen Drum. But he's going to be able to play Athora this turn with the search, and that should have also charged him one. That is a mandatory, so I'm going to message them.
Yeah, that could be just a misplay. And Athora is called to the center position.
Yep, well, what else did we expect? Well, it's too late now to do anything on that.
And this is the overturn Athora, obviously.
He needs to still chart. It's too late. Now he's affected his deck state, so I would say too bad now for him if he planned that. Because that could have been different. Having that extra gauge there could have caused a different board state here.
Right.
And I know I sometimes have problems with Gemologists. Because it has so much fucking text, it's like a wall or something. Remember it has that. This is interesting.
Even with that, I'm sure Wiseman can break through.
I don't know, because there's a lot of combos with only one gauge in the Prism Dragon deck. Because it's
well, it's
all
a lot of decks.
well, yeah. Well, the Prism Dragon's all about is like I have one gauge, get to the end goal. I'm
Right.
interested in seeing why Wiseman used that. Oh, he used that so he can destroy teardrops. However, the Red Crystal Dragon, which is a great source of gauge within Prism Dragons, because each time your opponent destroys one of your monsters, a Prism Dragon, guess what? You charge one and draw one. You can only do that once per turn, but that's fucking good. Extra, that gives you card advantage in hand, and that also gives you gauge advantage.
And yeah, and with what you said before about the one gauge thing,
Yeah, like
it applies greatly to this.
the problem with Prism Dragons, Pism Dragons, yeah, Pism Dragons.
Piston dragons.
Pism Dragons. The problems with Pism Dragon. You gotta be fucking killing me.
Looks like Athora's going after Drum.
He is. Very aggressive play. Actually, very defensive play here. And he took out Drum.
Knocking out Drum was a very good part.
Because the main issue that is a problem for the Athora player is can't do a lot of massive damage unless your opponent does damage, which is, give and take. And while you're also playing Athora, you have the big problem where you can't go below 6. Once you go below 6 life, a lot of the cards that make Prism Dragons good become unviable.
Right.
However, you do have life gain in that deck. You have a lot of ways to stop yourself from taking damage. Like Auto Athora does not let you take damage from effects. That's huge and is amazing effect just on your center monster, period. And the fact it has Overturn, where it deals damage, it's very good at dealing with opponents that are trying to be aggressive like Dragon World players.
And Wiseman calls Elliot.
So I'm gonna
adding back Drum to hand.
Yep. Which is now I see why he just let it die now. He probably had that card in hand. But
beforehand, right.
Yeah, this does create a problem. Does he call... No, he calls over Elliot. That has to be the play. Yep, and it is.
Right. Elliot's done his job.
Yeah, Elliot's done his job. There's no point now. Just summon back your main boss monster, Mugen Drum. And you proceed to go back into your aggressive stance. However, he does have to link attack if he wants to get through Athora's defense.
Which it seems that he's about to do right now. Unless he has a spell in hand to increase Drum's power. Nope, link attack.
This is a very interesting position for the Athora player, because they could just let this Soul Guard go and wait.
Oh,
okay, that's what they're doing. Because you have a lot of defensive cards in hand, but do you want to wait on those, or do you want to use them? I say you only do that play that he did if you have Crystallization in your hands. He did not, which concerns me why he did that. This is why.
And there's your answer. Well, still.
Still, I want to know. Because, you know what? You know what he could have done? He could have done that in response to the first attack, charged one, and then just overturned. Dealing 2 damage.
Right.
Wouldn't have been the best play, but it would have stopped that. I wouldn't have done that play. I would have probably just waited. I don't know what's in his hand. Alright, so he draws 2. And he has to send 1 to the gate. What? 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 And why is there a card without a...
I don't understand why it's in the set zone.
Why are they...
This is odd. Oh.
The other one gets added to his
Mhm.
hand. Okay, I think he thought it was
Oh.
like a search card.
Right.
He needs to gain a life now.
But with that, we now know he has his impact in hand.
Alright, he did. Cool. Yeah, now we know he has his impact. I don't know why he did that. That gives his opponent information.
Right. He isn't at 4 gauge, though, which means he wouldn't be able to use it even if he could or tried.
But he didn't put it in his gauge. That's the thing. It looks like he's going for the
And here
Greaves
they-
here. Which we're going to buy him some time. Well, not buy him time. It's going to put a clock on his opponent.
Right. Both 14 life, that's a pretty good while for Wiseman.
7 turn while, or like turn timer for the Dragon World deck. Unless he kills Mugen again. That creates a huge problem.
But it's also good since it allows his 5th Omni Cavalries to go off as well as Mugen.
No. Yes and no, because that's during the final phase.
Right.
So that does allow them to proc, but by that point in time, I think it'd be irrelevant. Why is he
Right.
discarding a card? Oh, he's using Flying Crystal Dragon. He put Crystallization into hand. I wouldn't have discarded Enhancement. I wouldn't have. That charges him 1 and draws him 1. I would have done that before playing Flying Dragon. Personal opinion. Because it's a +0, but it's a +1 to your charge.
Again, he could have had other cards in hand that he wanted to keep.
But he could have played that first to, like, charge and draw. Like, a free charge and draw. Like, just to play it. So
Right, that would have given him more options of what to discard.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, and he would have been at more gauge, giving him more options.
Because it doesn't neg your hand.
Considering Wiseman still has that Sue on the field.
Yeah, because, again, it doesn't neg your hand. That's the most important part about that. That doesn't neg your hand.
Right, if anything, it just makes your
Drago
deck
Guts.
size smaller.
Okay. Just to get rid of Flying Dragon. I'm interested.
Oh,
And now he has 0 gauge, so, like... This once again goes into, like, the whole
you wouldn't
thing.
need to, since Athora needs 1 gauge to use its overturn. But then again, it also doesn't make sense.
He just lost... He would have had 2 gauge then.
Right.
He just lost 1. So this would have counteracted that play, too. That was, like, enhancement discarding was just a massive misplay for this game. However, advantage-wise, as long as he gets rid of Mugen, which he can easily do... Well, he doesn't even have to get rid of Mugen. He could just attack the 5th Army Armed Dragon, get rid of one of those two. He's in a better position than his opponent. Because he has more
he's going on.
defense.
Oh.
He's going on to Mugen.
Blade Dragon Shield.
He doesn't draw a card. Does he?
Very nice play there.
Oh, no, he does.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, he does. Now, if I was the Prism Dragon player, I would attack 5th Arm... Yeah, okay, yeah, here he goes.
There he goes.
Smart play. Because you're a control deck. First, damage is your second priority. You can stall out
Right.
the game as long as you can to deal the damage. You just need to get to that point where your opponent can't stop you. And Prism Dragons have, when you hit 0 life, discard 2 cards. What is it? I think it was like Ostium effect or something, where you, if you would lose the game, instead you lose at the start of your opponent's next turn. That allows you to get to your opponent's final phase and deal the damage with the impact in your Greaves and your size 3s if you have Rainbow Jewel.
Right. And here comes out the 5th Omni Dragon Sword Drago Brave.
And here comes a big problem for the Athora player.
Right.
Because he only put Crystallization into hand, which is telling me he might not have... I'm going to check his graveyard. No, he should have... He should have another defensive play. Unless he's only running... Like, he should have had another play other than a crystallization period. Don't get me wrong, crystallization is a great card, but it's only a... It's a reactive play, not a proactive play. Because it has the condition where your center monster has to be destroyed.
Both players seem to be a little bit starved for their resources right now.
What? What?
What?
No, did you see me as like attack? No. Okay. Mugen Drum comes down for the...
Oh.
He's doing the play here with Mugen to stop Mugen Drum, nullifying its effects and drawing him a card. That's going to cost him 1 life for that card, but he's going to get a card.
Right. It's better than losing 2 life.
Yeah. Again, like, it's a reactive play, not a proactive play, so unless he's planning on trying to summon another size 3 with 0 gauge somehow. Because that's the thing, without any gauge, he can't rebuild his board here. You know what I mean? Like, if he has another gemologist, that gets him down up to 2 if he charges and draws, and then if he has an enhancement, that would get him to 3, technically. Right?
Right.
But in this position, Wiseman has the
upper hand.
Not the upper hand, he has the ball's in his court. And he didn't hit draw phase. I mean, he's manually charging and drawing and shit. He charged... Okay.
Oh, I didn't check, but did Wiseman take the 2 damage?
From what?
Or, he gained... Did he just gain it back?
From what?
From the Greaves.
He doesn't take it because of, he doesn't have a Prism Dragon in
Oh,
center.
right. Okay.
Another reason why I would think that's a misplay. Like, not going for, like, enhancement or some other shit. If you can't play enhancement now. Like, I would have done that. A lot of this deck, or like, a lot of Prism Dragons revolves around you having a center. Letting that go, you better have a plan. And it looks like he doesn't.
Oh.
That's a counter card. You do that as a react. Okay. Okay.
Maybe that was a misclick.
A lot of this match has been the Mugen Drum player not being able to be in a good position, and then the Prism Dragon player making misplays, which allows openings. He can't draw a card from that. Why would you play that unless he has no other choices? He has literally no other choices. That can't even destroy Mugen Drum.
Yep. That 1,000 power.
Okay.
What? Oh.
He took damage, so it died.
It just doing a little dance.
Mugen Drum just fuck. This now puts the Mugen Drum player into like the he's behind the wheel now. He's driving the match. He chooses the positioning of the everything. He chooses the aggro. He's the control. He is everything. He's the omni. He is the omni of this. He is the omniscient being behind this match right now.
Unless Hector has a defense card in hand, it looks like Wiseman might take this.
Like, this is only game 1. So...
Right, game 1.
This isn't going to determine the whole match. And he did get Mugen Drum in his starting hand, which is huge. Instead of having to search it, that gives you more resources. However, he didn't have Drago Brave in his starting hand, which is a main combo piece within the 5th Omni deck, which tells us he was still struggling a little bit for plays.
Right.
And now with Drum SD, I think that's going to declare the game here, and he's below 6th life, which now creates a problem within the Prism Dragon deck where he can't use card effects.
Yep.
In fact, he's dead. That's game 1. Wait a second.
Even with that, if he did draw engage instead first,
he's using SD.
would he really have won that?
If he what?
You think?
I think there was 2 misplays that cost him the game there. Letting a Thora die and not searching out for a different defense card other than, you know.
You're cutting down a bit.
You know when he got crystallization, right?
Yeah.
He should have went for a different defense card like Upper Flash. Or something like that. I don't remember its name. But you know what I'm talking about. Like a different defense card that would have prevented the destruction and charged him a gauge. That one. If he runs it. I think he does. It'd be sad if he didn't. If he would have went for that, he would have had the gauge even if he didn't do the enhancement and draw enhancement. Enhancement would have just gave him more options. I don't know if that would have changed it. However, I know for a fact getting that defensive card would have changed the game. Because then he would have had not just his monster unable to be destroyed that time, he would have been able to overturn if Wiseman still chose to attack again. Putting Wiseman into a situation where he can't do much against the defense of that deck in that point in time. I also think if he would have, if we look into his graveyard, if he would have played Rainbow Jewel instead of a Thora, I do know he runs Flash Upper. What am I talking about? He does. If he would have played Rainbow Jewel instead of a Thora, he would have been able to destroy his opponent's monsters during his opponent's turn at the end phase and draw more cards. And the game's over. The game's over. Why are they still playing? Hector is dead. The effect wears off at the start of the opponent's next turn.
Are the combatants ready?
They're still playing their first game. What?
What?
The game's... Do you not see that the game's over?
I meant for the second round. I mean, match. Well, part of the match.
This would be game 2 of the match, but they're still in game 1. I don't think
What do you mean?
They were still in game 1, not realizing it was over.
Oh.
Oop. Technical issue. Why won't you fix yourself? Let me...
When I tried entering back into the match, it was glitching out. Sorry.
That's not my issue. They need
I just assumed it was over.
Oh. They're playing their next match now. My Buddyfight area was glitching out for a second, and that showed on stream.
Yeah, I'm having some difficulties right now.
The Athora player is going first right now. So, this could be interesting to see how this goes.
Alright, now I'm back.
I don't think... Okay, so he charges and draws. Like, what could you have done once Athora was killed? Nothing. So you should have, in my opinion, protected Athora like it was your fucking lifeline. Because it was!
He might not have had anything else in hand to use to protect Athora, so at least he was trying to keep above...
My
6.
point was when he searched for crystallization, which requires Athora's death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crystallization's great card in Prism Dragons. I run it. Problem is, it is a play you do if you have more plays, or if you don't. Like if you have more things. The play you take if it's optimal, not if you have to. If you have to, not if it's optimal. It is good in either situation. In that situation, it just created a problem because he could have searched for any play. but he chose for that one, you know?
Right.
I've used Crystallization to kill people on their turn when they're like, I can't take effect damage this turn. It's like, okay, they attack me, Soul Guard, Crystallization, you take effect damage, and pay 1 gauge, overturn. Discard a card, overturn, they take the damage, then you pay the rest of your gauge, and win.
It seems Wiseman's going
Wiseman's
really
going
fast with his board
full
setup right
hand,
now.
and he got everything. He got Drago Brave with the search
Yeah.
off of SD, and he got Mugen Drum turn 1. So Wiseman's in the piloting
powerful
seat of this
aggressive
match.
play.
Yeah, he's the aggro right now. Now with that, he's going to be able
Then
to
again, we
proc.
have no idea
Drago.
what these Athora player could be using.
They did send in their deck list, so yeah, we do.
Well, I mean, in their hand right now,
Well, yeah, in their
since
hand.
we've only seen Athora been called.
Which is telling me there's no other side 1s, because this Athora player keeps playing the size 1s before Athora, which confuses me.
Here comes a link attack of Athora, countered by Flash Upper.
Which is gonna charge him a gauge, because he's above 6 life. That is important to note, because now that puts him in the overturn position.
Yeah.
Which, if he does it now, when Mugen Drum attacks, that's gonna be 3 damage to his opponent. Which isn't that much, but if you have other...
And it seems Wiseman just ends his turn,
Yeah, that's...
knowing the overturn would be coming.
That's the right play here. Because it would have put him in kill range of the impact.
Right.
Which Athora deck's saying, charge 3 gauge during my opponent's turn. Okay, that's simple. Do that. Because they are...
And now Enhancement's played.
Now Enhancement. That's a good card. I'm happy. Athora decks are very explosive on gauge when they need to be. But they do need the setup to do it. That's important. That's an important card too. Setting up damage with this deck.
It seems both players are setting up very nicely right now.
That's going to guarantee 2 damage each turn. And with the overturn, that's gonna basically put Wiseman in a kill range. Not kill range and like blah 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 that kills him. Like it puts Wiseman in a position where if any damage he takes, which he has to take damage for his deck to work,
Right.
is a bad situation. However, Mugen Drum does have the benefit of being able to gain a life.
Along with Drago Brave once per turn.
Right. But once again, in this situation, you attack Mugen Drum. Because it is a linchpin with Drago Brave.
Correct.
Looks like Wiseman is going to pay a gauge and play. And take a damage. That's going to be important here because it's going to destroy a card. Charge him a gauge. And then if you have a monster with... Destroy a card on your opponent's field. Then if you have a monster with drum in its name on your field, deal 2 damage to your opponent. Putting the Athora player down 2 life. And he's going to pay another gauge to play Destroy an Item or Spell. Soul Guard is a lovely thing.
Dragonic Chase.
And he doesn't have any more gauge to do another one. And he can't target it again unless he has another Draganic Chase to use next turn. That's going to allow Wiseman to draw an additional card. Blade Dragon Shield is really good in this deck.
Right. The only downside is that he having to be at 2 hand cards or less.
Well, yeah, he does... Why is he
But-
attacking a third time? What?
No, wait. 2 life or less. Got that wrong.
2 life or less, which is a kill range. You're not gonna play it there. If you do, you're fucking a miracle worker. 1 card or less in hand is more reasonable because of how much cards Wiseman is playing constantly.
Drago gets lying and do some more tricky plays. And there's the second dramatic chase, allowing to blow up, finally, the Greaves.
It is a Prism Dragon card. So I think Flash Upper can still proc. Yeah. So if he uses Prism Dragon Flash Upper, it would be able to stop that. Because Flash...
It would. It doesn't seem he has that card in hand.
Link attack.
And a Link attack and a Thora.
Does he have a card to stop this? I don't see why he does the Gal formation. The fifth Omni deck with Wiseman. Do you?
Yeah.
You see why?
Of course.
Why? Drago Brave can attack even if you have a armor dragon in your center.
Right.
What is he paying 2 gauge for? I don't know what he's paying to. He didn't use the overturn this game, did he?
No, I don't believe so.
Why did he charge 2 though? Pay 2.
Unless he's using the overturn right now.
Trying to figure this out. I'm texting the players.
You there?
Yeah. I think that's what he did. He just... What the fuck?
Brandon? You seem to be cutting out a little bit.
No, I'm just... What is the Prism Dragon player doing?
I have no idea. If was overturned used? Brandon?
I think he discarded one. Maybe? Judging by the fact Wiseman took 3 damage, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Even so, with Heaven Awaken Heavenly Crystal, you use that as a kill play. I guess here he had no options, according to what he believed. But I'm confused as much as you are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a good card to go into a Thoris. Now Thor has 2 soul. He can't use overturn this game. What? What is Mystery Setting doing? What is... Okay. Okay. Life is,
I'm kind of confused here.
The train wreck continues because he plays enhancement. Does he draw the card? He draws the card!
This is very, very much a mystery setting.
This really is. Well, here's the best thing. We can make
and Marilyn.
we do have them both in a call with each other, these two players. So, they're, like, I think what is happening, the Prison Dragon player is just pressing shit by mistake. You know?
Yeah. And at that point, what is actually happening?
We are confused as fuck. How much gauge do you need, madman?
Clearly all of it.
Now he has Rainbow Jewel to hand. Is he planning on summoning Rainbow Jewel? Because if he did that, we'll put in Mystery Setting into fucking... I think it's a backup. I think it's a back. It has to be. There's no way it's not.
It's gotta be.
If it's not, I'm going to shoot myself.
Well, it has to be a backup because Demolish just only works at 6 life or more.
No, like, that's what I'm thinking.
Having that in hand allows him to do at least something on his next turn, and having that gauge also helps.
He pays a life and
here comes
fucking...
Dragonic Change. Or Dragon Change.
Okay, so he just stopped him from being dead by paying 1 life, which allows him to fuck over his opponent more.
And proc.
Now, this is where, even if I am the Athora player, and I know I can't kill Mugen Drum, I would get rid of the other soul in it, just to get it gone.
Right.
I know I can't kill him, but I know I can get rid of that soul. So that when it is my turn, I can make sure it's dead and gone. I don't want that thing on the board. Or you attack the...
What? What was the point in attacking Drum, then?
I think he was attacking Drum because he thought he could kill it.
Huh.
Yeah, doing that play now killed your right, and then now it puts you in a situation where you just put the opponent back to where they began.
I thought we could have just attacked Drum again. I don't
Wait,
understand.
no, shouldn't Wiseman be down a life? No, he gains 1 from both.
One? Or...
No, Wiseman should be down 1, because the attack was 2 damage, right? Yeah, it was 2.
But he gained 2.
Oh, he gains 2, never mind. Yeah, so why would you...
Yep. Doesn't make sense.
He can't
That must have been a misplay.
I don't think that was like a misplay, like he didn't know he was doing. I think he did it by, like, he thought that was the best play, but it wasn't type of misplay. You know what I mean? So,
right.
There has to be a defense card in his... No, because he can live even if there isn't a defense card, so he might not cast it. But he might.
Drum does have double attack, though. Ooh, that's so
But it doesn't matter because he has 10,000 defense. Because of the Greaves.
Right.
Wiseman has to take 2. I'm calling him in real quick. Wiseman, take 2. Can you message him too?
And here comes...
oh wait, no, but he gains 2.
Yeah,
yes.
The Flying Crystal Dragon. Pronouncing names is hard.
He still has the proc the 2. So Flying Crystal Dragon is a good card because it allows him to discard and add a card to his hand, but he's not doing that. He's like, I feel good with my hand. Okay. Like, if he's really confident with his hand, it's good. You have to kill Drum. Like, this thing needs to die now.
Right.
And I don't think Wiseman has any defense cards, because he's been holding on to any soul of Drum. Unless he's doing one now.
Yep, Dragospite.
Not what I expected.
But that doesn't stop the attack.
It doesn't. He's doing that to gain life? Yeah.
Right.
Because now Wiseman is going to take at least 1 damage from the Griefs each turn, even with Drago Brave.
Right.
We're sort of getting to the point where Athora is starting to use its, what is it? Longevity to win out? Athora still has 10,000, so they can't break through. However, that's going to give him the ability to draw cards, so you still need to get rid of that threat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh.
Wiseman ends his turn.
You take
right,
2
because
from
even with that,
Graves.
he can't.
He takes 2. Okay, there we go. Then he's gonna draw a card. Yeah, that card by Wiseman was a good play.
Right.
Because now he draws a card from it. You have to kill that threat now rather than later. Putting another mystery
another.
like that charges you to like.
Brandon.
Just don't worry, my headset popped out. Everyone can hear me, right? Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I couldn't for a minute.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. No, like, you need to kill that threat now, not later, not tomorrow, now. And Wiseman's gonna have 2 defense cards, because Wiseman's deck is mainly defense? It looks like,
Right.
it's an aggressive deck, but it's mainly defensive. It's a weird deck. It's a weird one. It's, tempo. That's what I would call it. Tempo.
Hmm.
Wiseman is trying to think if he loses this monster or not.
Oh. And there it is.
Can't destroy a monster,
Concussion slash.
so he'll take 1, so he can draw 1.
Right.
Charge and gain 1 from... And then he'll take 2. Like, the Athora player is in a situation where the 4 last hand cards in Wiseman's hand is going to control where the game goes.
Right.
These last 4 hand cards turn into 5 at the start of Wiseman's turn. Wiseman's now in the driver's seat because their life difference isn't that much to make a huge game-changing, this is gonna end the game if I don't do something. Because again, Prism Dragons are slow on the damage. Using the live ability, like the sustainability of Prism Dragons, is the key to winning, and they haven't really done those effectively. And that's it. Prism Dragon forfeits.
And that's match.
So that's 2 easy wins going to
Wiseman.
Wiseman.
David had to leave.
Yeah.
And
What were the cards in your hand?
I can display them up here if you're still spectating. This, and this.
Okay, so you did have a defensive card.
Yeah, I had
No,
one
you
defense
win.
card
You
left over. I was going to charge away Dragonic Endure, and I already had Double to get into another copy of Drum, so the hope there was just I get into Dark Arm Shoe
Can
or
you do
something.
a charge and draw for us?
Okay, I'll draw, charge and draw.
Okay, let's see what you do.
So I would have been able to call Aliot here.
Yeah, you
adding
win.
to
So
my
we drew
drop
Aliot.
zone, Mugen Drum,
You win.
and then pay 2 gauge and call Mugen Drum over here.
Wiseman, you win. He doesn't have the sustainability to kill Mugen Drum again.
Then I'd I would frickin'
You can just do the impact and shut down half of his deck.
Oh no, I can't do the impact. The impact requires an open center.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, you can do it. You just have to break through the center, which you could easily do in this position. And if he
No,
wastes...
I'd only be able to attack him twice.
He has 2 souls.
Yeah.
That's still, like, a good thing. Getting rid of both of his souls, put him in a position where he has to put defensive cards here. He's dead. There's nothing that
he had that rainbow crystal dragon still in his hand.
That wouldn't have helped him.
Well, after Thora would have gone down.
Yeah, but if he
because of 1 soul, Thora is pretty useless.
We don't know if he charged it, but it probably wouldn't have lived.
Right.
Because again, like, that requires you to destroy things, like prop.
Oh, not only that, but to defend myself, I would have been able to call Meglex to the center.
And it doesn't matter because at the end of the turn, Crystal Greaves would have dealt 2 damage through 5th Omni. 5th Omni then would have proc, and he would have charged, drawed.
Right.
Yeah, no, 5th Omni took this game. By just the myriad of misplays by the Prism Dragon player.
Yeah, he's new. Kind of started the game yesterday, literally. But
that explains some of the misplays we saw.
Awaken Heavenly Crystal. Can you explain that situation that happened?
He used the overturn.
Okay. Why did he pay 2 gauge for it?
I didn't see him pay 2 gauge for it. I saw him pay 1 gauge and discard a card.
On our end, we saw 2 gauge. At least I think we did. Maybe we were blind.
Yeah.
Because he had 3 gauge, and then we looked back and he had 1.
I saw him, like, for me, I remember him having 2 gauge. He paid a gauge, and then freaking boom.
Maybe we
then
just
discarded the card and then used the overturn.
Maybe we misremembered how much gauge he had, but yeah, me and Saga here were like, what? What is happening?
What is happening? Yeah, freaking. Normally, Prism Dragons would be it'd be a wrap for 5th Omnis.
Right, because I'm not seeing much that he could do in response, because you could just keep regaining that 2 life as long as you have your Drago Brave and Mugen on the field.
Not only, like, with
and
that
search more.
with that search thing, with that search that I put in the center, that I would have been able to put in the center, and just the fact that would have blocked an attack, would have been able to add another Aliot from my deck, and then start the whole thing all over with Mugen Drum again, and then already have the gauge to do my shit. Yeah, it was.
The booth room, the Discord on there is currently broken. I'm gonna try to fix that for the next stream. But that is currently broken. I don't know how that broke. Probably a mismatch with the links. Let's go into the bracket. So this is the bracket standing right now. We have Wiseman. Okay, is there a way?
By the way, for people's concerns, we're only streaming each match for this very first tournament. After this, it probably will only be streaming like important matches.
I really want to try to stream all of them, but we'll see. I just think we should cut down on the number of players for the tournaments because I like commenting on all of them and they're pretty short. Settings.
Okay. So what's the next match?
So the next match is gonna
Tsugumi and Neo draws, right?
No, it's Tsugumi and Neo draw. Are they on? Can we get confirmation?
I'll check. You should move me and Zach ahead in the bracket. Wait, no, did Zach win? No. Yeah, Zach won.
Again, like, okay, I just got a message from TCC saying there was no misplay.
Oh no, there were tons of misplays.
No, with the ball dragon. I honestly thought there was one.
With ball dragon? I wasn't able to catch the final part of the ball dragon fight, but from what I understand, he
Why do I had work? Why host a tournament in the middle of the week? So I'm DQ'd? Oh, nice, thanks. What?
Be right back. I'll still be listening, though.
No one told me, like, Is Tosimi ready? Because I just heard someone say, like, stop the match and that.
So who's at work right now?
I don't know, is Tasumi and Neodraw here? Tasumi might be. If he isn't, then we'll have him fight. I
Alright,
didn't
moving on.
know there was a situation.
Yeah, neither did, like, we know certain people couldn't show up, which is why we gave those people who requested it, like, buys.
Oh, was that why the bracket?
Yeah.
I was honestly confused.
Also, why is Narnian moved ahead and I'm still back in?
I just love the TCZ. I just look into the server and I just hear, we should just go into a Bloody Hell Sky and Ace Saga, I think, and deal with that later? Like, just skip that and try to, unless we can get information from them. If they can't do their play today, we'll see what, we'll probably...
What if you said they were at work, though?
Tasugami. That's why I'm confused. We also need Neodraw. Someone message them both. I haven't been looking in the Buddyfight community chat. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know you would be commenting there. I thought you'd be commenting on the YouTube chat comment thing, and I don't have that open because I need 2 monitors, and I try to get that up tomorrow.
A message 2 hours ago.
Does anyone here know if Neo's ready?
Was there an update?
Because if Neo can't, if Neo doesn't respond soon, I'm gonna say this is a win for Tsugami. Because Tsugami did respond. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I keep fucking it up, but
Tsugami.
Japanese name. Right now we're gonna put that as.
Sure, there wasn't an update.
Yeah, there was not.
Not that I know of.
So right.
Okay.
Why do I have a different...
watching?
Why do I have a different bracket?
We're gonna go back to the bracket. I'm sorry, guys.
I don't think people can hear you.
What do you mean? Okay. So, going to the next match, check if Neo is, alive.
I checked with him again, he's just not here.
Okay. As if Tsugami is able to play his match, like, in a few minutes, because we're gonna, if he can, then we'll do Sky and Ace, and then if Neo doesn't respond by that time, we're just gonna chop that up as a disqualification for round 1. So go into the loser bracket.
Oh, Sugami is actually, Sugami responded. He said he's open for his match.
No, I know. We need a thing by Neo.
Yeah, got nothing from Neo.
Okay, so Tsugami, if you can hear me, love you, man. I'm sorry about trying to cause hassle in that. I fucking love everyone in this tournament. I'm fucking, yeah, fuck that. Whatever you want to say. I'm sure. So Salia, if you want to go, you can call Sky if you want.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Where? Question.
What?
Real quick. Where is the Am I supposed to get into a call with him?
You can if you want.
You can if you want to, but
the other
you can't
opponents
be in here
did
or
want to.
watching.
Yeah, you can't. You can't be in here. If you want to watch a live stream, don't right now. Wait until after.
I'm not. Don't worry.
Okay, that's fine. Wait, you're not supporting us? Fucking! I put you on our show and you don't support us. You fucking piece of shit. You.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That was really unneeded hostility. I was watching it the whole time.
Good. You better be. You fucking piece.
Yeah, I said that when I got in.
No,
Brandon, don't go mob boss on everyone.
Fucking beat the shit out of you, boy.
Okay.
So what are you gonna do?
Now go support Sky Wiseman, and I'm gonna contact Zach, telling him to commentate with me. This is, yo, Kami time.
Okay, so I'm just going to go you know,
You want to stay here just in case
do
Zach can't?
whatever. But seriously, man, update the bracket as the matches go on.
I'm just gonna keep us in the booth for now. Even
It's
though
just annoying.
I can't.
You can't?
It won't let me, so I'm gonna try to figure that issue after. And the
Why
bracket
can't
on the
you?
live stream doesn't update until the live stream restarts because of the conditions set by OBS.
I see.
Unless I manually go into OBS and interact with the webpage there, which I don't want to touch with right now while we're streaming, until I know more about it.
All right, I'll tell you what. I know why the bracket. I know why you're not able to move people forward in the bracket.
It's not Eastern Standard, is it?
The tournament is not started.
Great. It's not Eastern Standard. I'll fix that. Can you get Wiseman like ready for not Wiseman? Yeah, Wiseman. Can you?
Can I do what? You cut out.
Can you get No, I just.
What did you say?
Can you get Zach?
I can indeed get Zach.
He said he can do it in soon. He's helping someone buddy fight. So I guess you're commentating with me here.
Oh, all right then. Is it cool if I just start the tournament on challenge and just update the freaking bracket?
I just started it. Don't worry.
Hello?
Yeah, no. Start the tournament.
God, this is gonna be a problem.
Let's start.
All right, it started.
So I gotta write these reports real
So-
quick.
You're marking these as in progress.
And then I put in the reports and then submit score. I almost gave you the lost.
All right.
Ouch. Okay, Zach. So
Yes.
I'm just gonna go not commentate for a bit. Do good,
All
buddy.
right. Hold on. If you're doing that, can you go help out Wolfie with downloading Buddyfight?
God.
He's having
Fine.
issues with it. Thank
Fine.
you.
Is Saga in a match right now? I swear to God if they already started again. These kids and them already starting before we're ready. Go, go, go. We gotta watch this
Yeah.
match. Holy shit, I hate you people.
It's okay. He's not that far in.
With the jackknife deck, that is. No, it's because I have to set up these little like player and deck things before your match starts, and you guys keep doing this to me.
You should really set up a pause screen for when you do that.
There isn't one.
Right.
No, here's the thing. I have that set up, but none of you are letting me have the time to do that. You know what I'm
Well, listen. I was the first match. I'm sorry.
You could have waited.
All right. Let's just focus on the match for right now. So Saga plays Jackknife Glazend.
Which is gonna let him lower his health so he can get into Gold Ritter, which is the main purpose of his jackknife deck.
Mm-hmm.
And we are seeing him fight against Electro Deities, which we know, which we all know are, by default, designed to do one thing and one thing alone. Win. They win through they are a tempo control deck. So that is very useful.
Yeah.
Like, the best thing about the situation for, what's his face? Saga. Is that he got turn 1? Why is Sky not taking damage? They're gonna have to restart.
Is Bloody Hell Sky there?
No, so they left their match because Buddy Hell Sky's thing crashed.
Ah, I see.
So they're gonna have to redo game 1. And now everyone's having a hissy fit because, not everybody, but you know how the one person told us quit? They lied! They lied.
Did somebody tell us that?
Yeah. They lied. Cross did not quit, but he never sent me his deck list, so Zach, can you text him to send me his deck list? Because if he does not, I am not re-adding him. So
Okay.
back into this match. This match is going to be interesting with Katana World versus Dragon World. Electro Deities versus Jackknife. So the Jackknife deck, get into Gold Ritter, get into Grand These, win. Electro Deities, defend, 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 turn onto a dime, kill. So I'm interested to see if the Dragon World deck with Grand These and Gold Ritter can break through the defense of Electro Deities. With the turn 1 Jackknife and turn 1 Jackknife joint, it's going to create a big problem for the Electro Deity player. However, the Electro Deity is going to cancel it by paying 2 life. Huge problem for the opponent. For the player, like the Jackknife. However, Jackknife is going to pay Saga needs to find a way to get back his engine without needing that because it just got negated. It is a hefty cost to pay 2 life. However, Electro Deities don't care because they again build a wall. They are the Donald Trump of this game. They will build the wall. And that wall will be a freaking magnificent brother to the wall in Jerusalem. Jackknife Gift, it looks like is being played right now. Which once again is a good, not once again, but this card is good. A lot of these cards within the Jackknife deck help Jackknife get to Gold Ritter. And seeing that Gold Ritter is being played, we now have the best situation where what Jackknife can do, well, not being played, but added to the hand, is getting into Neo Gold Ritter. He's using Glazin so that he can... I assume he's using Glazin to pay the 2 life. Glazin.
No, it's Glanzin.
Sorry, Glazin. Glazin. I want one Glazin Donut Jackknife. That's going to allow him to take 2 damage, which will allow him to play Gold Ritter this turn. Because Gold Ritter requires you to be at 5 life to play. Which, here's the funny thing, if this gets nullified, Gold Ritter's attack, I'm going to laugh, because he's doing so much for it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
He did all this work.
But it looks like he is in fact getting Gold Ritter on the field.
Nice. That looks like it's going to be it. Now, any link attacks that are dealt to him will be nullified by 2 damage. Reduced by 2 damage. However, Electro Deities have some really high aggressive attacks. So that 10,000 defense isn't that high for them to break through. So they might just go in for the kill this turn. And seeing all these charge and draws, I'm not afraid to say that they are. No, actually, no, they can't, because Bells wasn't played this turn. Couldn't be activated this turn. I'm retarded. However, he has probably defensive plays to keep Gold Ritter from doing shit. That's a huge thing to realize. He's playing Miracle Fighters, which allows him to add a size 3. That was added so quickly I couldn't even tell what that was. Could you?
Oh.
Yeah, you see how quickly that was?
Yeah, but he ends the turn without getting a powerful creature out there. With might be
No, he's playing. Once again, he's playing Electro Deities. He's now going to use probably Amaterasu to gain 2 life and make it 12,000 defense, which is something the Gold Ritter can't break through. He's going to need to summon Grands in this turn. I mean, Grand Thuesday. Which, if he can't, he's not going to be able to break through that. And even with Grand Thuesday, that's still only going to do 2 damage on quadruple attacks. So in this situation, he's going to have to look for Grand Thuesday and hope to get it. I'm still interested in how this match is going, because one opening could be the end for the Electro Deity player. However, Electro Deities don't really let those happen. Judging by the fact that he does not have Grand Thuesday. I just don't... Like, I like the monster, but I don't think you need to be able to draw a card, gain 2 life, and gain 4,000 defense in one effect, you know?
Yeah.
Amaterasu should be... Yeah, that should have been bounced to his hand.
Especially when you can use it on either player's turn. Or both players' turns, actually.
I guess he just played Amaterasu again. The fact that Amaterasu isn't just like, I gain 2 life, draw a card, but on your turn you can make it an 8,000 double attacker with 2 crit.
Precisely.
I feel like Amaterasu should have, like, 0 crit if it has that much utility. You know? I love Electro Deities, don't get me wrong. Good game. I'm not good game. Good cards, good powerful effects. Love the deck. I run it myself occasionally, but just a little bit too much for everything. But that's my opinion about most ace tier stuff. And now he has the triple attacker in hand, which means this could be...
From the current looks of it, unless...
I think it's game.
What's his name? Saga. Has 2 nullifies in his hand. Or a nullify that gives him life, or reduces an opponent's crit.
I think he would need
He is
more.
set to lose this match.
Zach, what are people saying in the comments section? What are people saying in the comments? Like, I think Saga loses right now in this game. Burn 1, link attack. Wait, burn 1? What does that burn 1? Yeah, 1 damage to your opponent. Okay, cool. Green Dragon Shield.
So Saga does have that nullify? which will allow him to stay alive for at least one other turn unless
No, it won't. It was nullified.
Bloody Sky has an impact.
No, Bloody Sky just Demon Wade. Nullifying
Oh.
it for 2 life. Now, Saga's gonna be put down to 2 life. But he does have another Nullify. Wow, that go-ahead threat. So he burns 1, but he will only take 1 from this attack, unless he plays Jackknife fucking History. And count... Why don't you... Why didn't you do that, though?
I don't believe that he can destroy Electro Deity of Light because she's equipped.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just...
This all depends on his last card.
Burn 1. This comes down to burns. Oh, and that's the impact. That's game.
Yep.
Because even no matter what, he still takes the burn damage. Game 1 goes the Sky. So time for game 2. That was a really interesting board state. Oh my god, I hate how this is. I'm gonna just put us back in the bracket. So game 1 goes the Sky. What's game 2 being like? They started yet? And they start. So, it looks like Sky is going first for game 2. This could be bad. And he's already charging 3 and then looking through his gauge for a card for 1 life. A major problem against Katana World for Jackknife is that he can just simply pay 2 life and nullify anything the Jackknife deck tries to do. This creates a huge problem since he needs to look. Like, he needs search and draw cards. The Jackknife deck. So with those spells that are what's mainly helping him start his engine, being able to be nullified for only 2 life, that's a fair exchange for the enemy player, because that can shut down an entire turn for Jackknife.
Mm-hmm.
And Amaterasu is buddy called, or buddy possessed, onto the field. And it looks like Bush Knife. Oh, Bush Knife is being played. Amaterasu is using its effect to draw a card and gain 2 life. So he's using Braveheart. Here's the thing. Is it negated? Not negated. Jackknife. Jackknife to hand. He doesn't have enough to pay for the gauge of it. I think that's in turn for Saga. Unless he has Jackknife statue.
Now, will he be able to get that first turn Jackknife Gold Ritter like he did last time?
I'm not concerned about Gold Ritter. Because like you have that right there, he can search his deck for Gold Ritter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned by the if he can get into Grand These, which he just added to his hand. That's telling me he has Gold Ritter too, and he's planning on going into Grand These this turn. can't go into... Oh, he's gonna go into Neo Gold Ritter, it looks like. Probably, hopefully, I don't know. I don't know, I don't make these players' decisions. Glazen. Glanzen. That's an interesting choice. I have one problem with that play. It's a pretty huge one, actually. Why did he not charge one? No, he doesn't. He puts one to soul. But I still have a huge problem with that play. Why would you not call him to your center? Attack phase, my guy. I don't think Bloody has the reason to say that, because whenever he goes into his main phase, he doesn't leave the draw phase. I feel like he should have called that card to the center position, because it has Soul Guard. And he doesn't have a play right now. The fact that he went with Grand These tells me he has Gold Ritter in hand, but he doesn't have a way to play Gold Ritter. Which is why I'm interested. Not Grand These, like, there is a problem within his combo right now. There's a missing link.
Mm-hmm.
That card is also just really fucking good. Search 3. That's an automatic 5 damage to his opponent this turn, not including the impact. That's game. I think that's game. Why does that destroy Jack? He did. He put the soul into the graveyard.
I don't know.
Yeah, he put a soul in there. It's destroyed.
Oh, Wind
Double
Electric
attack.
DD.
No, I know, but he put a soul in there, and then he was like, destroyed Jack. So I was like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Does he have a defense card, or is he going to take 3 from the triple attacker? No, it's game. Because even if he does, guess what? Impact. +2 crit, unable to respond. That's game. Fucking ace tier decks.
Yeah, and even if he survives this turn, I don't know how much he can do in preparation for next turn before
He only has 2 cards.
being
Like,
taken
it's...
out. Because he only has 2 hand cards.
And even without...
And
Oh, I thought you...
not much you can do.
Even without the fucking impact, he still has 3 crit on board. No.
Oh, never mind.
No, that's dead. That ability, that is dead. Because when Electro Deity uses me, destroys me. Wait, it had 3 soul. It had 3 soul. It had 3 soul, right? Yeah, it had 3 soul. So no, it did in the last attack. Soul.
And Glazend is officially dead.
So, I don't know.
And that's game.
Either way, this is a loss. Okay. Sorry. Like, Saga got a
Brand
bad...
new there.
Yeah, that's game. It's over.
Yep.
Like, this was just a... This was like the second bodying we just saw today. And I'm gonna... Like, I don't know if we expected it or not.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Saga.
Hellsky, though. So we need confirmation from Neo if he's playing. Can you, get confirmation while I increase the board? Saga 0.
Gami's been in the chat. I don't know.
So right now it's between those two. Cause then Zach, I still can't believe you won your first match though. That was a really tight game you won.
Yeah, that was very enjoyable. In fact, I'm glad that you guys took so long to start the stream because we played a practice match before and I lost. So if that was our first match, then I would have lost total.
Oh.
Would have been a shame.
Overall, that first game is over now. The bracket's all messed up now, too. What the fuck has been going on with everything? Everything today has been breaking just a little bit. Just a little bit. So if we can get confirmation with Neo, we'll be right back, everyone. We're gonna try to get that. So I'm gonna put on the title card on the be right back thing. And we're back. So the only commentator is me due to some issues that occurred. But right now we have, let me edit these, Cross versus Tsugumi. Cross is playing Electro Deities. So that's a thing. The issue with this that made this have to take so long is due to some technical issues with some players not being able to make it in that, so we had to deal with that in the background. I'm sorry, we will hope that this never happens again. We are working on solutions to making sure that the next tournament will not have issues like this. Our plan right now is lowering the number of people and getting people who actually can make it, and making sure they can. That is our answer right now. I'm sorry if it sounds like I am a little upset. I had to get into a discussion, and it caused some issues. But with that beside, guys, let's get right into the match with Battle Buildings versus Electro Deities. So it looks right now, Electro Deities are going to take some hard hits due to just overall Battle Buildings being able to punch right through the current defense that Cross has set up. However, Cross is going to fight against that by paying 2 gauge, returning a monster back to its opponent's hand. And then he's going to play Shield. Going to play a Mirror, which is going to give him back 2 life. Then the enemy player ends Tsugumi ends his turn, allowing Cross to then proceed with his turn. He's going to play Amaterasu, very powerful card, as we saw with the last game, proceeding to be used here. Cross now has to thunk this one out, he says. So we're going to see some interesting plays occur here. At least in my opinion. So we just see the the overkill Assassin Demon going in. This could be a big play because this now puts in a position where the opponent has to get rid of that, or each turn his monster is going to be destroyed and he's going to be dealt damage. Big disadvantage for the Battle Buildings player because now they're in a position where they kind of need to have one of these 2 Battle Buildings, or they're going to not be able to gain that much. Not gain, but they're not going to be able to get monsters onto the board as effectively as they usually are capable of. It's hero time. Good card right now because this allows for more synergistic more consistent plays out of Battle Buildings. Will also charge 2 cards and will give him a card in his hand. It allows him to really pick and choose what he wants to do here in this situation. However, if he whiffs with it and getting anything, he could be screwed right now because of the defensive powers of, just Electro Deities as itself. Now we have to wait and see what happens, and with the play of Dear God and Temple and Good and Kingdom, I give up on names. With this play, he's able to destroy 1 card, but he's unable to destroy another because it wasn't entered by the effect of a Battle Building. This is huge and not huge at the same time, because the overkill was used, blah blah blah. Now we can't do this. Now everything's destroyed. Can't do anything because of Soul Guard. He doesn't have Soul Guard. My question is, no, never mind. That's a stupid question. Electro Deity returns allows him to add 2 Electro Deities with different card names from the drop zone into his hands, putting the main 2 into his hand, allowing him now to look at the top 3. Add 1, discard no. Basically, not looting. I don't know how to explain this effect. Look at top 3, discard 2, add 1. Then he pays his gauge to hard cast Amaterasu. Then he's going to use Amaterasu to attack for 2. destroy his monster, I mean. Then he's going to maybe attack with another 2. I'm not sure here. This is a very iffy situation. He's going to use that one to gain 2 and draw 2. I mean, draw 1. He's then going to attack for 2. When this card enters the field, choose a card on the field. That card can't stand. I don't know why he used it on that one. But it's fine. Now all battle buildings have plus 5,000 attack, which will allow him to break through the defense of Electro Deities. This is a huge play that can create a lot of opportunities and a lot of different chances for him on his board state. Because now he can actually break through Amaterasu's defense. That's huge. In addition to this, he now has Cho Tokyo Sky Tokyo, which is Sky Tower, I mean, which is going to give him a lot more abilities to try to figure out what he wants as the game progresses. But he's now going to use the search card to add another Cho Tokyo Sky Tower to his field, and then he's going to use it. This player is going to destroy a spell on the field, so he destroys that one. This one triggers, so he doesn't have a second one, but he still has the first one. When this card enters, put up to 1 battle building spell from drop zone into his hand. He's putting his defense spell into his hand. Then this card enters from battle building, you charge 2. Very powerful effect, very easy, and very reliable. It also has 4 penetrate, which is pretty fucking huge, except for, again, Electro Deities are by default a very good control defense deck. So it really comes down to, can he beat up this board state in the best way he can? None of these monsters have moved, do they? No, he's in a bad position. Was that a triple link attack? That was an odd play. He had the numbers to break through that, so I don't know why he triple linked. I would have attacked individually each one to try to proc the thing. And then maybe, depending on if it didn't proc, attack Amaterasu. I mean, if they blocked everyone, attack Amaterasu just to get her off the board. But that's besides the point. He's now in a position where this card is now being played, and he has to deal with the fact that each train is going to take 1 burn damage. I mean, each attack. So that's 1. And 3 if he can't block the attack. That is a semi-huge play, and semi-not. No, it's just not. I'm wrong. Sugar? What? Why does that need Sugar? What? Oh, he's destroying it with his Macard effect. Okay. Then he's gonna charge 1? What? Attack for 2. Does he have a defense spell? It's game over. Game 1 goes to Cross. They're already off to game 2, it looks like. No, not yet. Let's wait a little. See if they go into game 2. They probably have some interesting sideboard choices for this match. Judging by the players, I do not know what would be the best play for each one for their sideboards. I feel like, no, there's really no good sideboard tech here for either player, except for Cross with just a few options. Just really bounce back and disruption of spells. Because, again, that really messes up with battle buildings, because they can't really do anything against that. They just kind of falter in that position. So hopefully that becomes a very major play within Cross's deck, because that's going to give him a lot of control within the next coming through next coming games in the match, where Arsola become a very big part with how he reacted to the battle buildings board, and it just really did hard counter any setup that he could have got. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is kind of boring. I hope it's not. Yeah, let's ignore that. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Cross is now going to game 2. So let's see where this goes. It could go in a lot of different ways. I really don't think it is. I think this is just going to be another Electro Deities proceed to win phase matches. Unless you get that, that's a pretty big play right there. A lot of different options. And that gives him another alright. Startup is pretty good because now, again, it's basically just a free setup card for 1 life, and 1 life isn't that much to pay. It's practically free. Because of that, the battle building board is going to be able to set up and maybe be able to break through the defense of Amaterasu Mirrors. It's very unlikely. However, it could. These plays are very important to see how they turn out with how they decide to use them. I don't know what he's thinking and what he's planning right now, but there's a lot of... You can hear the gears grinding and the steam coming out. So with this interesting board, like, there's nothing to talk about here. There's no interesting board state, but we can talk about possible plays he's going to go into. Like, the chances of... He's not going to go into a Make Ocean Macy, I think. Probably a Tokyo Sky Tower. Just because it's so powerful, but he does have 2 of those already in the discard for Super Tokyo Sky 3. So going into that could be a really bizarre play, because I don't know how many Super Tokyo... yes, I do. One second. It looks like he got his play while I was looking at something. I'm sorry, excuse me. So a lot of interesting plays here. Except for, again, they're just nullified. The idea of playing a card... No, you don't do that. With this, I don't think they're going to have a lot of possibilities because they used Tokyo, Cho Tower Sky. That creates problems, and we just don't know where this is going to go. Yeah. Sorry. Day 1's very interesting by the fact that there's just so many Electro Deities in my head. There's in total 3 in the tournament, and just with that in general is making me very interested in seeing what's going to happen. We still have 4 more players who haven't shown their decks, so it's very interesting to see where that's going to be. But other than that, this match has been very slow. And I don't know why. I'm going to check to make sure. This is going to speed us up all the way to where they are. And there we go. Okay. Yep, that fixes the problem. Cool. So they put these 3 to the... I guess you can just reveal them like that. Like... Miracle Fighters. Great fucking card in general. For Folktales and just overall good card. It was negated though, the ritual, due to just simply Obstruct. Obstruct is such a powerful card, but also a double-sided sword for 1 life. Neither player can draw, but right now if I was the Battle Buildings, I wouldn't worry because of their card advantage against the opponent. So that play was a very good play and can create a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different chances. He can't draw, but he can nullify and gain 1 gauge. I personally would have took the hit. Actually, would I? I don't know what was in his hand. Then going with this play, Hero Time exists. Great card again. He can't draw, though. So, it doesn't say draw. Let me read the exact effect of Obstruct. Can draw cards from their effects. So that might get around that. It looks like it does. Because it says put to hand. An amazing, like, just keyword interaction that can create a different change of game. It makes that card so much better within the Battle Buildings deck. And just makes it a huge hindrance against Electro Deities, actually. Sideboarding that in was a good play. Kind of forgot Obstruction was in his sideboard, but now that I'm looking through his deck list again, he does have 4 copies of it in the sideboard. I don't know how I forgot that. For some reason, the card that came to my head from Generic World that I thought was going to be sideboard tech was Loyalty. But Loyalty definitely was not going to be able to be used effectively here. And again, he's going for another search here with Startup Battle Building. So let's see what he searches. There's a lot of different things he could do. He goes for the Tower again. Does he go for the Sky 3, though, is the question. No, he does not. He goes for the Heaven. So... Infinitely War Record, Big Sidebird is in the graveyard. Very interesting play. He's proccing that, which tells me that he has a Tokyo in his graveyard. Activates effect, put in its soul, charge 2. 4 with Penetrate in this position, great. There's not much they can do. The opponent's going to make the attack, not the opponent. It looks like he's going to make the attacks. It seems to be another triple. I don't get the whole triple link thing. But either way, it's no use. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's no use. It's, or so I had this, so the dream I had that had when. That's going to cross down to 1 win, 1 loss right now. And this third game is going to really decide the match. Big plays by both players there. Very excited to see, or so the stream I had went. That's a very good card in Hero World. You should really sideboard it in against matches against spell heavy decks. Kind of forgot it existed for half a second. And I just counted out the player before he won. Counted out. He got the surprise win. And this is really going to decide who goes on to the loser bracket and who's going to stay in the winners. We're going to find out right now. And he draws. Cross, it's the first turn, which is a huge advantage for any deck most of the time. Some decks don't, like OTK decks, but in this matchup, going first works for both of them because they're both major setup decks. With this, okay, Amaterasu is being played. Very good, you know. Draw 1, gain 2, play Bell. He drew into Bell, charge 1, draw. Charge 1, draw. Draw 2. This is going to get the ball started to roll for Electro Deities. They didn't get the chance to do it last game because of a struck and stuff like that, and since his opponent isn't doing that, he's taking advantage of this and getting the ball rolling now before there's anything the opponent can do. He's got his gauge for his impact. It looks like he has gauge for cards he needs, but most of his cards that really interact with the opponent cost him life. That was a really sharp C. No, that was an S. Very sharp S. Buddy Call with UFO, Super, Transformation, Takahakishi, Omega. Very important play. Not very important play, I mean, very poor play, actually. He can't act yet. Now he can. Cool. Now it's a good play. I'm retarded. So he's gonna add a spell and a card to his hand. He adds those two. Goodbye hero time. He's gonna play another one to trigger it again. This creates a problem with his gauge though. However, he will be able to get that back with cards like Heavenly War Sideboard and other cards that really charge his gauge. He adds hero time back to his hand. He then procs this to trigger to see what he gets. The impact's not useful right now, but he's only going to get one spell. So he goes for the city. Obstruct's gone, which is huge for the enemy player. The Electro Deities player is looking at that right now as a plus. It is a huge plus for the Electro Deity player since now he can't use that to interfere with his drawing. Meaning the Electro Deity player can definitely get more... why am I saying player? His name's Cross. For Cross, because now he can get more advantage quickly without needing to worry about the one life negate. And now he's using a search. The search is gonna, dump one, give him one. Looks like he's taking back Tokyo from being dumped. He's dumping Heaven, adding Tokyo Tower. Good play, interesting. So he's now going to destroy Tokyo Tower. This could get interesting, but he decides not to make his destroy his monster to do this. He says wants to do this. Oh, these are size 2, so or size 0 because of, that. He then plays all three of everything he could get. I mean, not all 3, but up to 3 battle building cards from his hand, and he just still doesn't have a Sky Tower, though. Sky Tower is a really important card. It's really powerful. And he plays Aibo Academy, too, so that's going to also let him draw a card. Once again, without having Obstruct in that opening hand, that still creates a huge problem for him. Overall. The Electro Deities player took the 4 damage. Looks like he's going to take another 4. He's just going to end his turn. So now the Electro Deity player is going to figure out what they want to do with their hand, which their advantage on in this game right now is just massive because of the cards in their hand. But they're pulling out Amaterasu, which makes me think they don't think they're going to win this turn. However, their sand advantage is just going to tell me that the longer this game goes, the more and more they get there. The longer this game goes, the less chances the opponent has to actually catch up. I don't think battle buildings are going to be able to sustain against this very much longer. Definitely since he just played the triple attack guy who can, you know, destroy all spells if he wants either. Which is huge here, because this just means he pays 1 life, the entire battle building board that he's been setting up is gone. MST, words. And it looks like the 1 life was paid and everything's destroyed, but he's gonna play this one. Because, I don't know, it reduces the next damage that would be dealt by an attack to 0. He then draws a card. But I don't know if that's going to be, again, useful here, because just the card advantage the Electro Deity player has created such a large gap between the two players. I don't think there's a chance of coming back. I think Cross just won and just walled him this game. Without having obstruction turn 1, he lost. Yeah, that's basically game here if you look at the board state. Like, he's not gonna win this turn, but I don't see anything the battle building player can do other than hope for chart. I don't think that would do it either. I think he needs to be at 6. Yeah, so he's not even in impact range. So even if he charged 3, he still needs to deal an additional damage, then impact. I just don't think he has the resources for that. We'll see. If he can do it, I will be impressed, and I will just say, you know, talk much to him. But he has to be able to do the additional damage. And on top of that, he needs to be able to charge 3 gauge, and now he just gained 2 life, so he's at 9, so he needs to deal 3 damage. This gap just keeps getting bigger and bigger the time goes on. He gains an addition 2, now he's 5 away from the impact, and he still doesn't have enough gauge to do the impact. It looks like that's game. The opponent scoops, and Cross moves on to round 2. So if we gonna go edit the bracket. So very powerful play there, and I'm gonna grab a comment. So yeah, that's all of round 1. So at the end of this, we have the matches for round 2, and I'm gonna see if we are proceeding with any round 2 matches due to any inconveniences that might occur if we don't. Yo, you're on the live stream. So, Wiseman, do we have any matches from round 2 that need to be played today?
Well, Wolfie, also known as DD in the bracket.
You have a lot of background noise.
Yeah, Wolfie, also known as DD on the bracket. It seems that we're going to need to do his match today, unless we want the possibility of him getting DQ'd for time tomorrow.
No, I think we should just do it today with Cross.
All right, well, that depends on if Cross is ready.
Check Cross.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to commentate on this one, so you're going to need to find somebody else.
Yeah, I know.
Bless you again, you sick, sick boy. All right, Kay, Cross is good for another match.
Okay, tell Wolfie. Does Wolfie have BFA or something?
He does.
Okay, cool. So, did you see the last match? The last match was, again, Electro Deities winning. But this time it was against Battle Buildings. Created a very interesting situation where, you know, pay one life, destroy all spells, and the Battle Building guy was really sad.
Oh, wait, that's a thing?
What?
Destroy all spells?
Yeah.
Is that an Electro Deity specific thing?
That's the triple attack, dude.
Oh, right. Why? Doesn't that also destroy all items?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, man. Is Battle Buildings ace tier yet?
It is an ace deck. That's all we know. Battle Buildings only lost that match due to simply one sad thing. They couldn't win. Like, he didn't draw into obstruct turn 1, which since timeout. I need to fix this. Since he didn't get obstruct turn 1, it was over.
Oh, his opponent just gained too much for him to compete.
Too much cards just in one turn. You can go watch the replay when this is stored. It just was such a sad thing to see because he got into 2 obstructs after that on his first turn. So it just was watching a... Okay. It was watching a poor man die slowly. And if they're ready and waiting, I'm going to get ready for them and watch the match. Okay.
Well, you not want a guest commentator? I'm not going to be able to.
I can't... Can you grab me one? Because I'm asking people and they're saying they can't.
I'm looking for one.
I'm ready to start when they are. So, it's up to them.
All right. Whatever. I'll be sure to watch from the sidelines.
Okay. So, into the next match. Let me just fix the top here. So, we're gonna have DD with his Electro Deities versus Cross and his Electro Deities. This is an interesting match for the ending of day 1. So these, again, are both control decks going into this, and this could be very interesting to see their different builds and how they highlight their abilities over the other ones. They both are using Amaterasu as their buddies, so we have very common theming here. next? Okay, he draws. Now what? He charges and draws? Okay. What is he looking for is the question. I'm assuming by how he's playing... Oh, he does have the item. Never mind, I was wrong. Again, this is the linchpin of any Electro Deity deck. Period, in, out, or sideways. This is the main card you use. The main card you need, the main card you use. He's now going to play this set spell. This is a set spell that really stops your opponent from interacting with your items at all. And if your opponents try to deal with it, you just get a monster back. Okay. That's an interesting play. Calling that to the center could be a weird situation. So, he discards the shield and the item. I wonder what his plan is going from this. He swings for 2. Ends turn. Not really a good hand card advantage as Cross did the last game. I fully expect Cross to do the exact same. Buddy possess. Okay, possesses. Okay. Alright, so card advantage now starts the overflow. Let's see what happens. These are all very powerful cards, but he's just going to end up going for that one. Very interesting choice. I didn't actually expect that card to be in his deck. He's going to play another Amaterasu. Probably Buddy Call. Yeah, Buddy Call. Not another one, sorry. This is the second Amaterasu of the game. First one of crosses. This play seems like he's going to go for an aggressive push because he's already have card advantage. He's going to try to break through that center. And he does, and then he's going to proceed to try to do 4 damage to his opponent. Mirror Shield. Nulling the attack. He gains 2. Bounces the monster back to his hand. Amaterasu being pulled out from both ends, I'm assuming. Yep, both ends. This leads to Cross using this as a defensive time to gain 2 life and draw a card. Wolfie is the not Wolfie. Then DDD is gonna charge 3 and look at his look in his gauge. But his opponent decides to pay 2 and just nullify it, creating Wolfie in a situation where he needs to find other ways to get cards into his hand. This creates a very oppressive board state to Wolfie. Not Wolfie, DDD. However, it looks like Yamaji is gonna allow him to trigger his effect to draw a card and gain 2 life. Is that the Snake Boy? That is the Snake Boy. So Guardian Electro Beast and Mario being played. This creates a very aggressive board state for the opponent. However, this also creates a still problem. He can't beat through his opponent's defense without using the plus 8,000. That's still not the most optimal play here for dealing with the actual problem that's occurring. The actual problem here is once again... he gained 2 life from Honor Marasu's effect. No, he gained 2 from Yomiji's effect. That's why. But Amaterasu versus Amaterasu, but having 2 Amaterasu? I don't see where it says or. Huh? It says... No, it says gauge and 2. I'm gonna look up on the ruling on that one real quick on my trusty dandy thing. He's going for the link attack, it looks like. And that's going to be destroy, add a card to his hand. Gonna have to tell them. This could create problems, that's why I'm saying this now. Buddyfight Wiki. Komaji. Electro Deity. Yeah, that one says and. Copy. Paste. Hello.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
That was loud.
We on stream? Brandon, are we on stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
So going back to the match now that I dealt with that issue. So Link attack. Pass turn. Water bounces it back to his hand. This now creates a problem for the Electro Deity player, known as, the other one. The other one, DDD. DDD now has to, DDD now has to really figure out how to get advantage back without the item, which is just simply not a viable option here. He's going to lose due to the massive amount of attacks and damage that Cross can do, while also keeping card advantage by triggering 2 Amaterasu's per turn. What's your opinion on this situation, Zach?
I think that Didi is definitely in a losing situation here.
Yeah, it's only, like, with his item being sent to the graveyard and bounced back to his hand, even though he has 5 gauge, it's not that big of a deal, the gauge here. The hand cards and the field cards are what gives you advantage, right? Just overall.
Mm-hmm.
Gauge is your resources, but if you can't idolize those, you can't use those resources, you can't idolize their potential.
Precisely.
So, in this situation, I'm going to say this game's already declared over by this board state alone. Because he's going to destroy a card while burning him a damage each attack. And even if he uses defense cards, that's just thinning out of his hand cards, meaning he puts himself deeper into the advantage pit. Because right now, Cross can just simply draw... He gets 2 cards from Amaterasu every turn. Not just on his turns, every turn if he pleases for it. And that's not including the additional draw he gets on his turn. Meaning on the turn, at the end of this turn and the start of his opponent's turn, and the start of the main phase on your opponent's turn, guess what? That's a +2 on your opponent's main phase starting. Declaration of main phase.
He's really gonna have to pull off something crazy in order to fix this.
I don't think he can. I don't think he's going to get the chance either. Because he gets burnt 1 here and he gets attacked for 2. That's 3 damage if he can't do anything. That's game. So, game 2. Wait, no, that was game 2. So that's it. Cross wins. Because Cross... No, wait, what was game 1 or game 2? I can't remember now. That game was that long, I can't remember. Zach, do you remember?
I just got here.
I'm gonna assume that was game 1. 2 proven wrong. I'm gonna check the chat. Can you do that for me, actually? There's actually... Brandon, you DC'd. Oh. When did this happen?
Wait, so are we not online anymore? Alright, Cross just said next game, so I'm guessing that was only the first game.
Yeah. And we officially said that was good game. Hey, I should honestly talk more to the chat. I've been kind of having problems, sorry, because I don't have a second monitor yet. I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow. Yeah, just Amaterasu, though, in general. I'm ready when they are. Can you tell them that? Yeah, just overall, though, Amaterasu gave him way too much advantage in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Wolfie. I just, for some reason, just that match was so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just watching two control decks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's game 2. Because I was thinking about your game, which is still my favorite game today. Was that, because I was so close.
Mm-hmm.
But it was over in a nutshell. But once again, we're having the Amaterasu versus Amaterasu. Luckily, DDD, gets the first chance at setting up. However, I don't think DD can really... I don't know, his deck's more aggressive than the normal Electro Deities, which I think puts him at a disadvantage against this specific build of Electro Deities, since Crosses is so well designed on control. If there is a weakness, Cross has a card for it. If you think there isn't a card for it, you're wrong, there is. Because the moment you think, okay, I'm good, no you're not. Unless you're playing Obstruct as a 4-of in your deck and can consistently get it on turn fucking 1, you're fucked. So that's just kind of the issue here. Now he gets to look at his entire gauge, which is just a huge advantage here to add 1 card to his hand. However, it does create the problem where, once again, his build is more aggressive than the others, because it runs cards like the set spell, you know, Capital City, which is designed to let, you know, not let your cards get bounced to your hand. So it's designed to counter the control build. However, Cross has ways around those and not giving a shit about that. And it looks like he's going to add Amaterasu to his hand, which is, you know, very good play there. Allows him to buddy possess, allows him to manipulate his field and hand advantage a little bit better than last game. However, this is not going to be the thing that allows him to win. He's going to need more, and that's not just because this is turn 1, and I'm saying that because it's turn 1. I'm saying that because last game showed that his Amaterasu isn't as powerful as the of Cross's Amaterasu, and that's another big weakness of Amaterasu, not Amaterasu, but just Electro Deities, is this item gets bounced, you're fucked, and then just, you know, water technique right here just fucks him. Because now he has to deal with the fact that now he's just not -1 turn with Amaterasu, he's -1 turn in general with any Electro Deity. Putting him in a position where he's negged basically a draw 1 from his opponent, while also keeping him from playing any defensive cards against him this turn other than, I don't know, like there's cards that there are still defensive cards in Electro Deities, but you definitely negged a big one with Amaterasu being gone.
Mm-hmm.
So this definitely creates a problem. We'll hope the stream is better tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, I need to get this shit fixed. It's my fault, guys. I'll fix it tomorrow. But proceeding back to the match, just that charge 3 into adding a card to that card to his hand, very powerful. he's going to be able to do just ritual this turn. No, not ritual. He didn't add ritual. He's going to be able to just set up the board advantage. Because, again, his opponent can't do shit other than hope he has cards that can respond. And I don't think the mirrors can do anything unless you have an Electro Deity. I can't remember exactly, but I don't think they can. Once again, Cross, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were talking about Amaterasu. I should have looked in chat. This could be an interesting situation with how this occurs. The card does not require him to... I only got this, like, just now, this message by Wiseman. It does not require you to reveal the gauge at all. The problem is they stay hidden, but I don't know. He just revealed it because he wanted. Yeah, it's just game over again.
Well, I think that they should reveal it into the game. There is no reason
not to
for it to be in the hand, especially when you could switch something out like that. You know what I mean?
No, not really on an electrical program. Like, you just target the one space in their hand, they can't do anything. And if they shuffle their hand, you just give the game loss. In this, we're watching them very tightly with these matches.
Yeah.
And that's game. Like, good job, Cross, for moving on to round 3 since we had to do that match.
Yeah.
And that's 0 for Woofy.
So, are we doing any more matches tonight?
If they are required.
Okay.
We could do me and you. But that's the only other match we could do. For now.
Unless we want to streamline the tournament, since I won't be here Saturday or Sunday. Or late Friday.
Why do you say this now?
Good question. It's because I am thinking on a full stomach now that I've had something to eat. So, yeah, that's why.
Do you want to fight?
No.
Alright.
Because then no one could stream it without me being able to check your hand.
Alright, well, for today, that's all the matches we had. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know we had fun commentating for the most part. Oh, I need to turn that back off. Oops, sorry guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the few rounds you got to see. Again, my highlight of the day had to be the Ball versus Garga. Very impressive, like, quick pace, fun match to watch. Not
Fun
real
match to play.
fun, I would figure. Electro DDs were fun to see how they interacted with each other, but the mirror match was kind of bland. The battle buildings versus Electro Deities was just watching Cross wall the guy. And the one impressive thing in the match was just seeing battle buildings win the second game. But that was only because of obstruct. And then, like, everything else with the rounds was just kind of like Jackknife got walled by Electro Deities. Like, we had 3 Electro Deities, like, matches today, and 3 Electro Deity decks in the tournament. They got walled Jackknife, and then 5th Omni versus Prism Dragons was just misplay by Prism Dragons every turn. Am I missing a match?
Although, to be fair to him, he is very new at the game in general, not even just Buddyfight area.
Yeah. Is there anything else we're missing from today?
Not that I can think of, no.
Well, for all of you who came out, thank you. Anyone who watched, anyone who participated, anyone who commented, which I will get better at as time goes on. Thank you for coming to the tournament. I'm going to create timestamps in the video, which will be stored. And when I make these timestamps, you're going to be able to look at what you want, and I will create highlights of the first day. And I hope you guys enjoy as soon as it's stored by YouTube, so that you can go back and see the matches if you missed any of what you want to see. I recommend if you missed it. It was a very short match at the very start of the stream. Ball versus Garga. Any matches you recommend before we head off to go back and watch? Zach. Any matches you recommend they go back and watch if they missed it in the stream earlier?
No, not in particular.
You're useless. Okay. Have a nice day, everyone. See you guys in day 2 of the tournament. Bye.
Also, are we off stream?